Hey guys, ET and Sun here from SunBros, and that moment that we've all been waiting for is here. We get our first look at Cyclops, the Star Soul Magician's abilities, live in action. So let's take a look at this video together and see what he's all about. Alright, so obviously we've seen the intro stuff. Now we get a little bit of a peek at some of his his stats and stuff like that we hadn't seen before. So he's a mage, he's a damage dealer. He's not a support, he's a damage dealer. Ability effects are almost maxed out. Pretty much middle of the road for everything else. Difficulty's a little bit higher than mid. Pretty interesting though. So he's not a support, he's a straight damage dealer. Here's the hero skills. So his passive Stardust Shock is, you guys see on the bottom right, he's getting big time cooldown reduction every time he hits with an ability. They're all reducing the cooldown, which is what that passive was. We knew that already. Okay, so that's Planet's Attack is his first ability, and that is the double Star Shock. So we'd read about the ability, so now we're gonna see him live. Planet's Attack is shooting the double Star Shot out, and it's hitting with 2 different stars. Next is Star Power Lockdown. So I'm not sure yet for sure whether he can cast it on anyone else besides himself, but he casts it on himself. He gets those little 3 orbs following him, and then they do automatically attack the enemies around him like that, which is really cool. And when he uses it, he gets a pretty big, significant speed boost, which is going to be really good for chasing down heroes. And one of the reasons I think that's going to be really helpful is because of the ult. It does not seem to be a global ult, and it's casted. It puts him in a little, little lockdown prism or whatever, and it does lock down anyone around. It gets him in that prism also, and so it's an AOE stun essentially. So watch the hero gameplay. You guys will see kind of what I'm talking about. So he could do that from a pretty decent distance, and it does chase them all across the map. And then watch the cooldown reductions continue to go down. This gives him the big speed burst he needs. So that shoots, that cooldown reduction keeps going. He does it again. He gets the speed burst. I mean, it's just like ongoing. His abilities, because of the cooldown reduction from his passive, his abilities are just coming up over and over again. Watch against Eudora. I'm pretty sure that's between you and me that's a pre-buff Eudora, because I'm pretty sure he would have been dead by then if it was a regular Eudora, one of the new Eudoras. But his damage seems to be pretty legit. Watch this. Fanny swings away, that ult chases. He uses Flicker and the Speed Burst to get up, and then boom, knocks her down. I mean, the damage potential is off the charts, and look at that. I mean, that is pretty awesome. Flicker seems to be a pretty good ability on him, because if he has his second ability going, that Flicker. The ult seems to have a pretty big range from what I could tell. But really cool, guys. You guys kind of get an idea of what he's capable of. So the first ability knocks down that cooldown, or the passive knocks down that cooldown reduction, and so from what I've seen, it's 0.5 seconds per enemy hit. So if you hit 2 enemies with one ability, I'm pretty sure you get a whole second reduction on your cooldowns. Now we'll have to double check when we get him in the game whether that does, like, let's say you hit two enemies with both of your star shots with ability 1, does that give you 2 seconds of cooldown reduction? That we don't know yet, and we won't find out until we actually get him in the game. But that will be pretty OP and pretty crazy. So it is not a support, it's just another mage, but it is a really cool mage. His abilities are awesome. And he's pretty cool looking in game. He's a tiny little guy running around just dealing all kinds of damage. So a lot of fun. I liked what I saw when he did to Fatty. His ult chased Fatty down and really did some ridiculous damage to her when he uses speed burst and everything like that. So, I mean, this is our first look at his abilities, and I'm interested to see what he can do once we get him in game. But yeah, guys, that's Cyclops, the Star Soul Magician. You first look at his abilities. I appreciate you guys watching this video. If you guys enjoy the content, please give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to the video, subscribe to the channel. Kira mad at me. Subscribe to the channel, and share the video, share the content as always, and leave comments below. Tell me what you think about the new hero, and let's talk about what you think you're gonna build him like, what you guys think you're gonna do with him, and as far as how you're gonna play him in game. What does his toolkit serve the best purpose as? Yeah, let's get that communication going and figure out what we all think about them. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and as always, until next time.